Have you ever found yourself scrolling through your social media feed, and just as you think you've seen it all, a video of a puppy pops up? Instantly, your heart melts. You can't help but smile, maybe even let out an involuntary "aw." But then, a few scrolls later, you come across a cute baby doing something equally adorable, and while it's sweet, it doesn't quite hit the same way. You might even think, why do I feel so much more joy when I see a puppy? It's a question that's intrigued many. Are we hardwired to love puppies more than babies? Let's dive into the science of it all. First off, there's something about the way our brains are wired that makes us respond so positively to certain stimuli. Puppies, with their big eyes, floppy ears, and playful antics, trigger a primal response in us. It's not just about cuteness, it's about survival. Evolutionarily speaking, we are programmed to respond to features that signify youth and vulnerability. When we see a puppy, we're not just seeing a cute animal, we're seeing a creature that elicits a nurturing instinct. Those big round eyes? They mimic the features of human infants, which is no accident. Research shows that when we look at something cute, be it a puppy or a baby, our brains release oxytocin, often referred to as the love hormone. This hormone is responsible for bonding and affection, but here's where it gets interesting. Studies suggest that the level of oxytocin released might be higher when we see puppies compared to babies. The playful nature of puppies, their boundless energy, and their ability to elicit laughter can create a more potent emotional response. It's almost as if our brains are wired to respond to that wagging tail and those clumsy little paws in a way that feels more immediate and joyous than the sight of a cooing baby. Now, let's think about our cultural context. Puppies have become a staple of internet culture. They're everywhere. Memes, TikTok videos, Instagram accounts dedicated solely to them. They dominate our feeds, and with that, they dominate our hearts. Babies, on the other hand, while also celebrated, don't have that same viral presence. Puppies have become symbols of joy and happiness, often associated with fun, freedom, and playfulness. It's hard to feel anything but elation when you watch a puppy chase its tail or tumble over its own paws. But what about the babies? Babies are undeniably precious, and the love we feel for them is deep and profound. They represent new life, potential, and the continuation of our species. Yet, they also come with a lot of responsibility. They cry, they need constant care, and they often don't give back in the same way puppies do. Puppies, in contrast, are often seen as more carefree companions. They bring joy without the heavy burden of responsibility. You can play with a puppy, cuddle it, and then let it go to its own adventures without the weight of sleepless nights or diaper changes. This isn't to say that one is better than the other. It's more about the context in which we experience them. When we think about love and affection, puppies seem to embody a more uncomplicated form of joy. They're the ultimate stress relievers. There's a reason therapy dogs are so effective. The simple act of petting a dog can lower stress levels, reduce anxiety, and even improve mood. There's a therapeutic quality to their presence that can be hard to replicate with a baby who, let's be honest, can sometimes be a little overwhelming. Now, let's consider the attachment theory. Our early experiences shape how we form attachments later in life. For many, a childhood filled with pets and animals fosters a sense of empathy and nurturing. If you grew up with a puppy, you likely developed a bond that shaped your understanding of love and companionship. Those experiences can create a lifelong affinity for dogs. The unconditional love of a puppy can feel more accessible than the complex emotions that come with caring for a child. But let's not forget the societal pressures that come with having kids. There's a whole industry built around parenting that can make the experience feel daunting. The expectations, the judgments, the endless advice. Sometimes it's enough to make anyone want to run back to the simpler joys of puppy love. Puppies don't come with instruction manuals or societal expectations. They just want to love you, and they want to play. And, let's be real for a second, puppies are just plain funny. Their antics are often a source of endless entertainment. Watching them discover their world, trip over their own feet, or get into mischief can bring a smile to even the most hardened hearts. Babies, while they can be hilarious in their own right, often require a bit more context to appreciate their humor. A puppy's playful spirit is immediately relatable, whereas a baby's humor can be a little more nuanced. So, is your brain hardwired to love puppies more than babies? Maybe, and maybe not. It really depends on your experiences, your environment, and your personal preferences. What we can say for sure is that both puppies and babies bring unique forms of joy into our lives. They each evoke different feelings, and there's no denying the happiness that both can bring. Whether you're a puppy person or a baby person, or both, the love we feel for these innocent beings is a testament to our capacity for affection and connection. And in a world that can sometimes feel overwhelming, isn't that what we all need? A little more love, a little more joy. Whether it comes from a wagging tail or a tiny hand grasping your finger,